Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blastoff.
Okay, so welcome to Comic-Con, Wizard World Comic-Con.
Yes.
This is the Mind Reels. I am Tim. On my right, the awesome Sue.
I'm always on the left.
Hello, awesome Sue.
And sitting right across from us, Lance Guest.
Yes.
Who is our first American guest.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we've had South Africans, we've had a lot of Canadians, a lot of Ontarians.
Ontarians,
yes.
Toronto.
But yeah, our first American.
I'm absolutely American.
Yeah, Sacramento.
There's no possible way that I could not be American.
There's no document somewhere that are going to prove otherwise.
So yes, thank you for finding the time for sitting down with us and chatting. Have to say, I just rewatched Starfighter over the weekend. Just to totally refresh my brain. Watch it on Blu-ray. You guys look amazing.
The better film makes us look better. That's good. But we need all the help we can get, or at least I do. Kathy doesn't.
Whatever. And I gotta say, I love the hat.
Kathy actually looks a day older.
Yes,
so
possibly.
When you say you don't look a day older, she actually does look one day older than when
just
she
the
shot
one.
the film.
Yeah.
There she is, sneaking around.
But yeah, it's great. We like to start really easy though. Your all-time favorite movie.
You were warned about this.
That's right. You had time.
There's the guilty pleasure. I have too many, unfortunately. I really like all kinds of movies, but I'm going to say my standard one is always John Sayles' Maitland.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's a nice
all
one.
Right.
Yeah,
See?
but I mean, there's so many others.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I would have said Love and Death by Woody Allen, which is also my.
See, and that would have just our friend Jeremy Lalonde, who's a filmmaker, would have loved you for that.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's so many modern movies. There's so many, movies like in the last 5 years that were so great.
I know, and I always get the feeling like I'll ask myself, in 20 years, am I going to be rewatching this and loving it as much? And then some of them I'm like, yeah, I think I actually will. I don't think it's going to die on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you have done. I mean, yes, you did Starfighter, and actually, I'm going to get this out. No, I'll wait till Kathy shows up.
Butch Cassidy also.
Oh,
Butch Cassidy.
Yes, thank you.
Because that is a movie that if it's on, I will watch it till the very end.
Yes, love that movie.
So, yeah.
That is in my top 5 westerns of all
I always
time.
like when I catch myself watching something on television just because it's on.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll watch it with all the commercials and stuff, and I'm like, I've got the DVD on my shelf. And yet, it is here. It has my heart right this moment.
Almost Famous. I like that one. Almost
Oh,
Famous.
That's a good one, yeah.
I love that movie.
Anyway, sorry.
No, that's good.
You said one.
These are the things we like to know, though. It gets behind.
And Casey Hudecki was throwing out titles right to the very end of the interview. So
Whenever
it hits you.
Yeah, just
Call
throw
me.
it out there.
All right. Waiting for Guffman.
Oh, yeah. Love that movie.
And the big guilty pleasure, of course, is Anchorman.
Really?
Love Anchorman.
All
That's
right.
a good guilty pleasure.
Love Anchorman.
Well, with the sequel coming now.
And I'm very excited about this.
The
play I'm doing right now, all the guys are like way into Anchorman. And you can't really be a part of our cast if you're not into Anchorman.
Yeah.
If you don't know at least 85% of the dialogue of Anchorman.
No, what are you doing currently as the play?
Oh, I've been doing this play called $1 Million Quartet.
Okay.
In New York. We were in Chicago for about a year and a half, and then we went to Broadway. We were on Broadway for about 15 months, and then we've been off Broadway since July last year. It's sort of a musical jam, jukebox, play hybrid.
Wow.
Kind of
So like the kind of stuff you usually do.
Yeah. No, it's basically a theatrical representation of a jam. It takes like 4 hours. It's like 2 hours of an afternoon in 1956 in Sun Records. Sam Phillips had Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Carl Perkins all
in the
room, and I
Johnny
played Johnny
Cash. Yeah.
And they all sang, and they took this picture. It's kind of a famous picture, and we called it the $1 Million Quartet. And we decided, well, what if we told the story of Sam Phillips and his relationship to all these guys and what they did, and so that's what the story is.
And
they were all in different parts of their career, and Sam had just sold Elvis, which was kind of a weird thing because they all thought he was crazy for selling Elvis. But Sam Phillips is a very interesting guy, really very, very underappreciated guy, and you get to know, things about everybody, and it works as a play. It works, and plus we all play the songs, and we are the band, so we are the band.
So you get out there and you belt out tunes like Johnny Cash.
Yeah, we sing. I sing Folsom Prison, Walk the Line. 16 Tons, which he recorded like way later in his life. Let's see.
Wow.
Ghost Riders. And anyway, we Ghost Riders was the one that was later in his life. We have an encore at the end.
Nice.
I'm sorry, there's this guy that's just, like filming me and it's driving me out of my fucking mind.
That's so
Catching
cool,
that.
though. Oh, man. And yet, still after all this time, people come
Sorry.
back and just say how much they love Starfighter. I mean, all the time. I'm going to tell my
Go
slightly
ahead.
embarrassing story.
Go hit
Oh,
your
yeah.
embarrassing Starfighter.
Really not.
I'm ready.
I thought about it. I'm like, it's not embarrassing. It's actually kind of sweet. At about the age 10, I started to think I could be a writer. So then, an 84 came along and Starfighter came out. I was 13ish, and as soon as the movie was done, I went into my room. I can see it in my head. I was on like, I had a green blanket on my bed. I pulled out what do they call that? Foolscap?
Oh yeah, the
Foolscap.
the extra long.
Nice.
And just started writing this huge story about what happened after.
Fanfic.
Because-
Your
I
first
was I was
fanfic.
a fan. Yeah. So it's about,
What happened? You mean like what happened after
like
the Starfighter?
Zora, of course, escaped in the
Hey,
escape pod.
we've all done this.
Okay, good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there's this whole story about how Alex, of course, is just taking off because he's rebuilding the Legion. But
Of course.
but
That's what he said he was going to do.
yeah, and Catherine's story was just kind of. She was trying to find out who she was now because now it's
She left
her and
everything she
Alex.
knew.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm like, so would she be happy? And I kind of stopped because it started getting really dark. I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's fun. So
Just throwing the bratty little brother growing up
Yeah.
to be a starfighter
maybe.
too.
Yeah,
He went right to the video game at the
that's
end.
true. See, that's awesome. But that is not all you've done. By
No,
any
no,
chance.
no,
No,
I
you've
just,
done.
I-
Well, you did Halloween 2, which I
Yeah.
also.
Well, that was the
recently
first
watched.
movie I made, and that was.
But yeah, and you show up. I've got them right here.
Oh god.
I
Well,
have
some
One
of
of
them,
my
most
favorite
of them.
X-Files episodes.
Really,
Yeah.
that was one of your favorites?
I've thought about it after because I was like, there were parts of it. I'm like, of course, an invisible elephant and stuff. But I think it was one of my favorites because you were in it. Because I recognized you from the movie and stuff. So I was like, no, I think it was just that voice and those eyes and.
Yeah, we actually
I was
He's
we,
like
pretty
a
shaggy.
crazy bushman animal
pretty-
lover. You can't not love that.
we actually started talking about that as soon as we left. You're like, what's with his eyes, man? Do they get bluer as you get older? Are you part Smurf? It's just like holy.
Just the eyes.
No, I think they must have lit it that way.
Oh, it looks
was I
awesome.
doing?
But yeah, and you've done Jag.
Jag,
You're all over the
yes.
place.
Jag.
Yeah, and you were on the Late
What's
Show
interesting?
as Johnny Cash.
This is all, just
Yeah.
stuff. That was an independent film. That was an independent film. That was an independent film. That was Jericho. That was cool. It's a cool show.
That was a
And
great
Ham.
show. I actually
Yeah.
have to buy that on DVD still.
This was just a friend of mine shot this short. And it was really pretty cool. Love that
House,
show.
House.
House is a great
Yeah.
show.
She was very upset it's ending.
I know, I'm going into withdrawal now and just getting ready for it. 'cause-
House ending.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
I didn't know until they started saying the last 8 episodes are about to air, and I'm like, what?
Can I
Yeah,
have to
Yes,
do some
absolutely.
business now before
Yeah.
we go into- Come on in. I'm just talking to these folks.
Alright, so here we are with more. Sue is now on my left.
Yes.
Where she belongs, in a good way.
5 feet behind. Oh, man. No.
And of course, now we're joined by the awesome Catherine Mary Stewart.
Well, thank
And I
you.
was just telling Lance that I have recently just rewatched Starfighter.
Oh, is
like in
that
the past
right?
week, just to kind of refresh my brain and go. And you guys look amazing.
Oh, thank you. watched you on Blu-ray.
Yeah, yeah.
You
it's a
did? Is it good on
transition.
Blu-ray? I want them to bring it for the Digital Film Festival so we can see it on
Yes,
the big
we
screen
need to fight
again.
for
So
that.
that would be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be awesome. Hold on one second.
Do
I think
it. Yeah,
I
of
need a
course.
signature.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff. It's
Yeah,
TV
look at
stuff.
this.
Life Goes On was a really fun show.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great show. I had a really cool part on that.
And Heart to Heart, man, I used to. No,
I just want to make sure
my mom watched that a
That
lot.
was just a TV. X-Files, yeah, we talked about that. I had a
Yeah.
couple parts of
Party
it.
of Five.
Plan B was independent film. Vector was cool.
Oh, you got to
Plan B was fun, but not a lot of people saw it. Then came Mew's TV show. This was really funny. This is a super like
Yeah, I
Disney
hadn't heard of
Channel,
it.
Disney Channel goofy show called Stepsister from Planet Weird.
That's so
Mach
awesome.
2, that was independent, so it was straight to
Yeah.
video.
And then Yeah. Wonder Years.
Wonder
Nice
Years,
landing.
I had
There's
about
Jaws. There it
the whole
is.
season. Favorite Son was cool. That was a mini-series. Wizard of Loneliness is like one of my favorite. That's a great
Really?
movie. If you
All right.
can find that, that's a great movie.
I'm gonna let's do
my
that for a
favorite
second. I'm gonna put a big. I will track that one down.
Jaws: The Revenge, of course.
Yeah. Which we were talking about
Everyone's
earlier.
favorite Jaws
The
movie.
editing. Oh,
Can't
somebody's
you
got
hear
a
me
phone
knocking?
call.
That's my cousin.
All right.
That's okay. No.
That's all right. And then we slide by.
Really?
All right.
My ring. You know this? Sticky fingers.
That's so
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That is brilliant.
So I can talk to him later.
I get that a lot too.
If you're listening, Dennis, I'm sorry. I'll pick up later.
Just busy for a second.
And I gotta say, love the hat.
Oh, thank you.
I had one of those when I was a kid, and people offered me money for it all the time.
I've had this stolen twice. I've recovered it both times. I've had it since 1974.
Wow.
Yeah, babe. 1974.
Holy crap. That's just cool. Now, now, having been here for the day so far, what do you think of people coming up to you and still talking about Starfighter? I mean, after what? This has got to be it's almost 20 years now.
Well, it's right. What do you mean almost 30?
Don't. I'm still back in 2004.
It's been a good 15,
Be quiet.
20
Wow, it has been those 30.
Almost there.
Yeah.
And it's been next year. It will be 30 years
30
that
years.
we made it. Because we made it in '83.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, yeah, I mean, I just, I'm pleased. I mean, I'm very pleased, of course, that people sort of recognize the heart and the sort of the charm that I saw when I read the script, you know. So I saw it when I read the script. I was like, this would be really cool to just grab and get, and you never know. You never know when you're shooting. You don't know if it's going to end up that way.
That's true.
You know, you have your own ideas about what's going to be, and if it doesn't turn out that way, you go, oh God, it's going to suck. And you don't know. You really have no idea. And we put it out there, and when I finally saw the final one, it was good.
It's
Good. I saw a rough cut, and I was like, oh no. But
all right, because the computer CG work wouldn't have been done yet. Yeah.
But I was mostly just looking. I was very critical of my acting and everything. But then, it's amazing how much better you look when they put the film together and they put it together. It's like, oh yes, I'm good.
So good.
No,
Look at
not
me.
really. I'm
playing
good because of the way the guys
myself.
make the film.
And if you weren't happy with the part, you could just say that was Beta Alex.
That's right, yes.
Beta Lance was doing that scene. And
Yes, fair.
Now, I just read it because I didn't know it before, and it just didn't click that you had to wear a wig as Beta because you had cut your hair.
I did this other 1950s thing. I don't know what is it with me in the 50s. I'm such a 50s guy. I did this thing. It was set in 1952, and I played this really straight college student. And I shot that directly after Starfighter. So I basically went to Chicago, then cut all my hair off, and then I lived in New York for I don't know the next 8 months, maybe. No, not 8 months, 6 months, and then I came back. My hair grows really short or slow, so it wasn't the same hair. It was like shorter than yours. I mean, yours is not that short, but it's So they were like, okay, we got to put a wig on you. They put a wig on me, but then I was sick too. I was really sick. Yeah, I had like 105 temperature.
Oh.
And the producer came in and said, Lance, we're not really covered here, so I hate to tell you, but you're kind of shit out of luck. So I'm like, okay, man, just let's just get it over as soon as possible. And there's this scene of she and I in the back of the truck, and I'm laughing maniacally, and my face is completely covered in makeup because my skin was so flushed. And, they were trying to paint me up and make me not look so bad. But I was sick as a dog.
Totally watching when I get home.
Yeah, well, see, these are the things you don't notice when.
And there we were. It's like 4 in the morning, and we're like March up in the mountains.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're getting an IV for Lance as soon as we're done this scene.
I know they all think I'm a pussy and that I was faking, but the truth is it was absolutely true. I was sick as a dog.
That's evil. God. But see, it holds up. I mean, like I said,
it
I just
really
rewatched it, and even the CG, which at the time was revolutionary, it still holds up and looks really good.
Yeah.
It just, I love it.
Well, that's good.
I need to go home and watch it again now after this.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, look, I just spoke to
I mean, even because he's playing the video game, and then when he's actually in it, it looks just like the video game, which is...
Well, what's really interesting about it is that it wasn't that ambitious technically. I mean, the monsters and the guys with the three noses or whatever, and that was always intentionally a little, Godzilla. It was always intentionally a little jokey. Yeah. And that was kind of the tone of the film. Yeah. It's not like they were these, badass, really terrifying, Harry Potter quality, scary monsters or something.
And Greg.
And Greg, yeah.
And Greg. Everybody loves him.
The iguana. But it's fantastic. I love it. Yeah. I'm going to rewatch it again. I'm sorry, I am going to rewatch it again.
Okay, it's all right. I always enjoy it.
And then I think we're going to have
It's just a good story. It doesn't have a lot of heart.
I mean, it's an Excalibur story. It's a quest film.
That's what what John originally wrote.
Yeah.
John had read The Once and Future King, and he was trying to, make it like
updated for the video game.
His name always says, it's an Excalibur trick, Preston says,
He said that. Got to get it in the stores before Christmas. That I remember. Centauri, that's it. Centauri. It took a second. I did just rewatch it, I swear. But yeah, it's great. I think we should bother Catherine.
I think we should.
Yeah.
She looks like she's begging to be bothered.
Totally does. But yeah, and then of course we have to snap a quick picture as well for the podcast, if you guys are okay with that.
The podcast? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
we always take a picture with everybody.
Oh, okay. We're not filmed, we're just...
No.
We're just photos.
No, sure not.
Yeah. Not yet.
And it's like a self-portrait?
Can I just do this?
This is me.
Swear it's me.
That's wow. Oh man, thank you, Lance.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was brilliant. Honestly, just one of those. I was telling Sue as soon as we found out that we got to chat with you guys, I'm like, I literally lost my shit for about 2 minutes because I'm just like, oh my god, these, we've interviewed other people, but this is like the first people from like my youth that I've actually got to chat with. I'm like, because it's Alex.
Do you guys know how much you meant to us?
Well, see, I feel that way about the, people that I saw, so I know what you mean.
It blew me away. We were at work.
I'm happy to be...
Can I come in and
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
I'd rather talk with him anyway instead of just by myself.
What is that picture? I haven't seen it.
Switch.
Take a bad picture.
Yeah.
Now?
No.
You can't deliberately try to take a bad picture.
That doesn't count.
I like that picture too.
Whatever. Yeah, let's just scooch a bit. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, I was just saying to Lance when we heard that you guys were willing to chat with us. I was at work when I got the email.
Yeah.
So I kind of literally stepped away from my desk and just started crouching down, going, "Oh my god!" Because I was just saying, you guys were, you are the first people from my youth that we've actually been able to talk to. I mean, we've interviewed a lot of people from contemporary stuff that we watch.
Right.
We follow Lost
And
Girl,
Meg Tilly,
and Meg Tilly, yes.
When did
I bet she's really nice.
She
Did you work
did.
with her?
I met her. I did work with the same TV show as her, but I met her once at my friend Ed's house.
Yeah, she was in Bomb Girls, which we just loved. So we started reviewing every episode as they came along, and we contacted our friend at Shaw. Well, I guess we'd call her our friend now at Shaw Media and said, "Look, can we start chatting to some of these people?" So they set us up with like the 3 leads, and then on the week of the finale, we're like, is there any way, after you've seen what we've done with the past 3 girls, is there any way Meg Tilly would want to talk to us? 5 minutes later, they're like, yeah, she loves what you're doing, this will work. When can she call you? We're like, wow.
I had the hugest crush on her.
Yeah.
You did?
Oh my god.
Who can blame you? Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny. I think I still do in a way. I just want her to sit me down and like teach me everything about life because she seems like the smartest lady I've ever almost encountered in life. So
Grab some water.
And then, all right, now that we've got you, because
Yes,
Lance
sir.
has already testified,
Uh-oh.
your favorite movie of all time, which I warned you about because I emailed you,
did?
so... Oh, didn't read that email.
I didn't think
all
about
right,
it.
thank you.
I read the email, but I didn't think about it. Oh. Oh shoot! Favorite movie
Of all time. All time.
How can you? What was
You can name a
yours?
few.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What was yours? Just out of curiosity.
Well, the first one I said was Mate
totally
One,
pulling his.
Love and Death,
I'm giving myself some time to think. Love and Death.
Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid,
Yeah.
Almost Famous, Waiting for Guffman, Anchorman.
Oh, you like the funny ones.
Oh yeah, I always like the funny ones.
Love Butch.
But I also like,
What about Weekend at Bernie's? That's a good one.
Yeah, we know somebody in that. Yeah.
My favorite movie is Jaws. What number are you? Jaws, whatever number he is. That's my very favorite. Well, look at the picture. Isn't that from Jaws?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kathy,
It's a pretty hot
Kathy, my
picture.
sister-in-law, was drooling over that one. She
There's only
was.
one left.
I know. He's so
Yeah.
good looking. Favorite movie? Oh God.
Don't
I'm
do
gonna have.
this.
I'll email you.
Yes.
I'll email you my favorite movie.
Wizard of Oz?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
Anything
not.
by Hitchcock.
Hitchcock? Yeah, not really.
Do you have like a genre that you're more drawn towards?
Not
or
really
no?
Queen
either.
Margot.
Wow.
That's a
I
good
don't even
movie.
know
Facial
that
expression
movie.
was awesome though.
That's a good movie.
I don't know that one.
No, me neither.
Oh, okay,
I had
that's
that
two.
reaction.
You've given me that. I now have to
Yeah,
hunt down.
I don't know that one either.
That's brilliant.
I
Oh, here we go.
I watched Sound of Music recently, and I was like, "Oh my God, I love this movie!" I know, it was so pathetic. I hadn't seen
Late
it
to
for
the
years
parade,
and
but
years
there
and
you
years. And on the other hand, one of my favorite movies of all time is Sophie's Choice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it just
yeah.
it destroys me, that movie, on so many levels. And being a mom too is just forget about it. But that is a movie that it's like a visceral experience.
Yeah.
It truly,
man.
truly is.
I just blocked on the other lead on that. It's Meryl, it's Kevin Kline, and I can't remember the other guy.
McNichol, Peter McNichol.
That's it.
Wow,
Yeah.
you are good, man.
You are on the ball,
He is-
sir.
He's always on the ball with that. I mean,
It's
he
amazing
really
how many
is.
movies I don't see.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Wicked
anytime
at
somebody's
Bernie's.
like, I saw Wicked at Bernie's.
Oh, that was harsh.
I saw Wicked at Bernie's.
Oh, you know what I just saw? Salmon fishing in the Yemen. Have you
Yeah,
heard of
with
that?
Ewan
I have
McGregor.
heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
Loved it. Oh my God, I loved it. I was by myself. It's kind of a chicky flick. Not really, but I
Looked like
loved
for the
it.
scenery alone would
Yeah.
just be stunning.
It was fantastic.
If by scenery you
I
mean
mean,
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Do you like Emily
scenery.
Blunt?
She's a cutie.
You don't know who Emily Blunt is?
Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, she's adorable.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
You would recognize her for sure.
Yeah.
No, this was a terrific movie. I really enjoyed it. If you're talking genre movies, which what's he doing now?
He's getting answers. He's getting answers.
I like,
Maybe she's
if I had a
never,
choice between like American movies or foreign movies, I
Sure.
mean, this sounds so cliche, but I would way prefer
The audio
going
is
to foreign movie.
Yeah.
I don't mind subtitles at all.
Good for you.
I like them
Because-
because they're generally like French, all these different movies are character driven,
Yeah,
and it's so
yeah.
much more interesting, and you feel like you've sort of changed somehow coming out of it. You know what I mean? You're thinking about it. I don't know. If I've seen a movie that I really, really enjoy, I carry myself differently for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I walk
the way it affects you.
differently,
Yeah.
Because you're,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Like
sort
I'm
of
still in there, kind of. I
yeah.
take it with me.
Like I've been watching. It's a very popular series, but Downton Abbey. We're watching
Oh,
that.
isn't it so good?
Oh, it's so
Oh my
good.
God.
And I am just like this aristocratic English person for
Yeah.
a couple hours afterwards.
I watched like the
Looking for
entire
my
two
servants.
series.
Yeah.
I just flew through them. And then, did you see the Christmas special?
The Downton Abbey's Christmas special?
It aired at the end of season 2, which I think is just airing
See
stateside.
the Star Wars Christmas special?
And it's about an hour and a half, and it ties up almost all the loose ends.
It was the last episode from the season?
Kind of. I think it broadcast like this Christmas. They aired it. Yeah, it was so good. Sets
Yeah.
everything up for season 3, but ties everything up
Oh
for
no,
season 2.
I think I must have seen it. I didn't.
good.
And then afterwards, were they interviewing all the cast?
Yeah.
I was like, why are they interviewing the cast? That's not a good sign. That means it's not going to be on next
Oh,
week.
no.
And don't they look so different?
Oh,
they all have
really
the
do.
makeup on,
Yeah.
and it's just like, ew, you got to take it off. You know, these young, like the young girl who works in the kitchen,
Oh, God, yeah. Oh.
and she had like this kind of gothy makeup on.
Yeah.
And it was like, no,
No, go
this
back to what you were wearing.
This is not working
Yeah.
for me at all.
Yeah, the period costumes are
don't look
gorgeous.
You don't look good. Huh?
Listen to me.
But it's true, they all look so fantastic in that series.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's so good.
The
It's-
dinner jackets, literally for dinner every night. I could
They
do
all
that.
dress
I
for
could-
dinner.
I could totally do that. I could rock
dress for
it.
dinner.
Live that way for a
Why
week.
not?
Make it fun. Just for a week.
Well,
Try it out.
especially if somebody was dressing you. I mean, they all
Yeah.
have their dressers. They have people dressing them literally.
Yeah. It's
And then
such a
serving.
That would be
They
hard
don't
for me.
do anything. They just
They just- yeah.
get somebody dresses them. They go down. Somebody serves them food. Somebody cooks for them.
Yeah. Well, Matthew was that way at the beginning of the series. He's like, I can't do that, but he totally slowly realizes that's why they're there. That's their job. That's what
And they
get
like
paid for.
their
And
job.
they like their job.
They like their job. There was a total class system, but there wasn't.
Like Dobby?
It was almost like this was a privileged position for them to be
Yeah.
in.
Just. Wow.
And they were proud to be in it, you know.
Oh
And
yeah.
they were treated well too. They, you know,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't like they were treated like crap.
Anyways,
they
I've
were.
never
Yeah.
seen it. It's okay.
Aw. Best picture ever right there.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
what else? Are we being interviewed right now?
Yeah,
Or is
totally.
this
We've
just
been going
like
on for a
a
while
debrief?
now.
Shooting the
But-
shit.
yeah, this is literally this is how our podcasts work. We just kind of let people just chat because
Well, hi everybody in
Yeah.
podcast world.
because we found that more people are interested in just hearing the people just talk as opposed to like using the rote questions like,
Yeah,
what did
that's
you think
true.
of doing
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
Yeah, you're right, because there's really no answer to those questions.
And Lord knows you've probably been asked them God knows how many times.
And
Whereas
there is no answer to them.
Yeah.
You know, what was it like? Well, it's not really like anything. It
Yeah.
just is
it
that.
is what it is. Yeah.
I mean, you would say, well, it's like, you know, flying over the Amazon. No, it's not like any
Not
of
really.
that. It's just,
You know,
it's just what
when
it
you're in
is.
space,
Unless you have some sort
it's
of,
like this.
you know.
Yeah. It's just,
I've had a few experiences where it was like being on
Like-
heavy drugs.
Oh, okay. That's what I mean. But there's an appropriate metaphor. You know, there's an appropriate.
And it wasn't a pleasant trip.
oh no.
You know, little fella, when you're on heavy drugs.
A friend of mine did a TV show with this guy who was a heroin addict, and
boy, that
he
would've
would
been
say his
interesting.
lines, and when he was done with his lines, he'd just follow.
Wow.
And then they'd pick him up, and they'd say his lines, and he would go through the scene, and when the scene was over, he'd follow.
Holy.
It
It's
was
unbelievable,
weird.
isn't it?
It
Yeah.
was weird.
That's insane.
And it was like a
another
TV
whole
movie or something. It
TV
wasn't
movie about the behind the scenes work of.
I did
Talk
a
about
TV
having a job
movie.
dressing someone.
I did a TV movie with an addict who was just an asshole. Can you say that on
You can say
podcast?
whatever you want.
He was just a jerk. I hated him. And he was an
Are we
addict.
closing up on 5?
Oh yeah, you guys
Are
have
we
stuff
getting like the
to
5
do.
minute warning?
Somebody want
You
5
guys are
minutes.
good. This is a good
But,
show.
but sadly, he was
47.
Oh, it
punished
is?
all the
Start
time.
last-
Okay, it is.
Starfighter.
Okay. So it is.
What's the deal? We're going?
We got a few minutes.
All right.
5 minutes.
All right. But yeah, all right. Well, we had
Sit around
Lance's
talking
thoughts
about
on Starfighter.
Oh,
Now, looking
okay.
back, what do
Looking
you think
back.
of the impact that it's had? Because, and especially having been here for the day, and people still coming up and telling you how much they love Starfighter.
Almost 20 years later.
Shut up!
Almost-
Apparently it's 30. Be
Almost
quiet.
30, yes, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
living in the past. I'll admit it.
Oh, I see. You say you thought it was almost 20?
I did.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
did say
it-
that.
Yeah.
It
I'm an
feels
idiot.
like almost like 6 or something.
See,
to
all
me.
right.
now.
See, I like. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
come
very
on.
much.
we're just eternally youthful here.
I like that.
I don't like thinking I can remember something that I watched on the big screen almost 30 years ago. Like, really?
I remember exactly where I
Oh, my
was
God.
when I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, see, when people say stuff like that, it is, it's cool. It's hard to describe because, you know, when you're shooting a movie, you're
What's
not
it like,
thinking. It's like a bad acid trip.
So not flying over the Amazon.
No, that's bad. No, I mean, no, you're in the story, you're in the moment, you're acting, you're doing the thing. It's all also very, very technical, and you're focused on its work. You know,
Yeah.
it was Last Starfighter happened to be particularly enjoyable work. I mean, I think we all really liked each other, and the atmosphere on the set was great. And we had a cameraman named King Baggett, which just makes the whole experience worthwhile. And he was handsome. He was tall.
He talked like Hunter S. Thompson. Wow. Hey, Lance, come over here. Hey guys, we're done.
He was sexy is what he was. He was tall and handsome with white hair.
Kind of looked like James Coburn. He looked like James Coburn.
No, James Coburn, well.
That's a compliment.
Well, maybe to you, but not.
James Coburn is cool.
Well, he's coolish, but King Baggett's cooler.
All right.
I hope he's listening to this. So, you know, and then you finish and you wrap and you're moving on, hopefully, to your next project or whatever. And you just hope it's going to turn out okay. I mean, I loved the script and I loved working with Lance and all that other junk. And then it comes out and it did moderately well, which was great. And then it goes away. And then 20 years later, it was about 20 years later that all of a sudden there was this re-emergent. Yeah. These people that saw it when they were a kid and
they're all taking their kids now. And
touched them in a certain way that it's just such a compliment. And it's hard to express how you feel about that, you know?
What's great is that there's no audience response when you're doing the film.
Yeah,
that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're playing to okay, cut. That's the response you get.
You sort of look at the crew thinking,
How's that?
how was that? That was supposed to be funny.
Is
Why
it
is
lunch?
nobody laughing? Yeah, right.
And,
they're all sitting there. It's like
I mean, not that
4 in
they
the
were all
morning,
cool,
you know?
but it was like 4 in the morning. So it's like get it done because we only had a few takes.
They were
to
all
do
great. It wasn't like they were annoyed or anything like that, but you don't get an audience reaction like you do on stage.
But then you don't, in the movie theater, you don't really either. It's not like you don't stand up. I mean, when we do our show, it's like there are people jumping around. And
right.
It's like a total rush.
Do you want us to go downstairs with you and stand up? And
What I'm saying is that when you guys come and say this to us, that means a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
That's your audience reaction.
Yeah, and the fact that so many people have had the same feeling that does mean a lot.
Yeah, it
It
impacted a lot of people.
reinforces,
There's no way
stuff
to
you did
for
something,
us. Right. And it's really gratifying that, they bring their children, the people that pass it on because it's such a terrific family film that is unoffensive. It's great that way. So
I think that is probably the best place to wrap it up because we're getting the tie up, which is fine. But
so our expressions are going to be different.
Rather than thank you. Oh no, thank you. It was so much fun. It meant so much.
Maybe the other side.
Massively so. But yes, I will. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow for sure anyway. But I will email you the link when it goes up, so you guys can say, oh, so that's what they did.
no, I look forward to it.
All right, excellent, guys. Thank you very much.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh,
If you need any more, I mean, I feel like it wasn't very long, but I don't know how long you were talking to Lance. But if you need more,
Yeah.
All right, I give up. I'm not Alex Rogan.
what?
I'm a beta unit. I'm an exact duplicate of Alex. So he's up there saving the universe while I'm down here for target practice.